I slept on the bank of the River Jordan. No light coming from anything more than the million stars blanketing the eternal sky. So many they burn indelibly into my mind, continuing to stretch on forever. And as the blue stars twinkle around me tonight, hundreds more faded to the distance through glass reflecting light. Nothing can override what I witnessed sleeping on the bank of the Jordan that night. As I lie here, staring into the ceiling, the wood above is not what I'm seeing. My attention is on the periphery, where everything's flashing blurrily. The color blue my head rests onto, rolled up towels, cause if I take a pillow from the bed he's in, I figure that I will owe him a reason. And considering I have zero understanding of my feelings this evening, I'd rather figure out their meanings before dealing with any briefings. For the first time in the history of his and my conjoined lives, I didn't want his touch. His demeanor was a dead ringer for drinking too much. The reminder was a punch to my gut. I felt so sick that I almost couldn't breathe. I reacted viscerally, I didn't want him around me. I wanted him to leave, but instead of saying it, I said I wanna go to sleep. He of course followed and wouldn't leave me be. When he put his hands on my back as he does nightly, the whole of my being clenched up tightly. This was certainly new to me. Never had I rejected his touch, especially not sober as such. But that was just it. It appeared his sobriety was over. I slept on the bank of the River Jordan. No light coming from anything more than the million stars blanketing the eternal sky. So many they burn indelibly into my mind, continuing to stretch on forever. And as the blue stars twinkle around me tonight, hundreds more fade into the distance through glass reflecting light. Nothing can override what I witnessed sleeping on the bank of the Jordan that night. His passion is anything to do with the skies, like stars, satellites, and planes flying by, like the ones he used to fly, but those days have long since passed by. Had he been with me and seen in 3D what I was seeing, he might have believed he's asleep and dreaming, cause the stars that night covered every inch of that ink black sky, extending back a million miles. I wish he would have been at the River Jordan. Maybe things would be different, but either way he'd still hold the same DNA with genetic code instructing his brain to eventually betray him for a libation. Instead what he claimed caused him to drunkenly behave was when he thoughtlessly mixed caffeine with 2 antihistamines. No matter how it came to be, it gave me at least 24 hours of PTSD the next night. In fact, even though we were back on track from talking it out earlier on the couch, as soon as he made that promise, he didn't keep it happen again. And I couldn't sleep when he put his hands on my back, as he does nightly. The problem being, once again, I found myself shrinking away from him, leaving. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself in this room, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out what I'm feeling, with all the blue stars around me twinkling. All the blue stars around me twinkling. I slept on the bank of the River Jordan. No light coming from anything more than the million stars blanketing the eternal sky. So many they burn indelibly into my mind, continuing to stretch on forever. And as the blue stars twinkle around me tonight, hundreds more fade into the distance through glass reflecting light. Nothing can override what I witnessed sleeping on the bank of the Jordan that night. Sleeping on the bank of the Jordan that night. Blue stars around me tonight, a million stars blanketing the sky. Indelible imprint on my mind, staring at the ceiling, not seeing anything but the periphery. Nothing can override what I witnessed on the bank of the Jordan.